What if the real reason you feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and unable to relax has nothing to do with how busy your life is? Most people blame their schedule, job, relationships, or finances. And yes, those things can create stress. But the real problem is not just stress itself. The real problem is what stress is doing inside your body when it continues for a long time. Your body releases a hormone called cortisol, and when it stays high for too long it can disturb your sleep, increase fat storage, reduce your focus, and make your emotions harder to control. In this video you will learn 3 simple habits, not supplements or complicated routines, that can help lower cortisol naturally. These methods are supported by real science, and the third one may surprise you. But before we get to those habits, you first need to understand what chronic stress is actually doing inside your body. The hidden stress problem. Millions of people today live in constant stress. Studies show that about 83% of workers feel stressed regularly. Stress itself is not always bad. It is a natural survival system built into the body. When our ancestors faced danger, the body activated the fight or flight response. During this response, stress hormones like cortisol are released from the adrenal glands, which increases heart rate, tightens muscles, and sharpens focus so the body can deal with danger. Normally, when the threat disappeared, cortisol levels dropped and the body returned to a calm state. However, modern stress is very different. Emails, deadlines, financial pressure, and daily worries keep the stress response active for long periods. Because these problems do not disappear quickly, cortisol stays elevated throughout the day, and over time this creates chronic stress in the body. What high cortisol does to your body. Long-term high cortisol can affect both your brain and your body. Research published in Biological Psychiatry shows that prolonged high cortisol can reduce the size of a brain region called the hippocampus, which plays an important role in memory, learning, and emotional regulation. This means chronic stress does not just make you feel overwhelmed, it can actually change how your brain functions. Scientists also describe something called the cortisol trap. When cortisol stays high for a long time, it suppresses the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for rational thinking, planning, and decision-making. As a result, the more stressed you become, the harder it becomes to think clearly about solving the stress itself. This creates a cycle where stress makes it harder to reduce stress, and many people remain trapped in this pattern for years without realizing it. Signs your cortisol may be high. One of the confusing things about cortisol is that you usually cannot feel it directly. It does not appear like a headache or a fever. Instead, it appears through subtle symptoms that many people overlook. These may include brain fog, difficulty concentrating, feeling tired during the day but unable to sleep at night, stubborn belly fat that does not respond to diet or exercise, constant low-level anxiety, irritability, or feeling overwhelmed by small problems. When these symptoms appear together, everyday life can start to feel much harder than it should. The good news is that your body already has natural systems designed to calm the stress response and lower cortisol levels. You simply need to activate these 3 habits. Habit 1, physiological sigh. The first habit is something your body already does naturally, known as the physiological sigh. Researchers at Stanford University have found that this breathing technique is one of the fastest ways to calm the nervous system. You may have experienced it before without noticing. For example, after crying deeply or after a stressful moment when you suddenly take a deep breath followed by another small inhale and then slowly exhale. Inside the lungs are tiny air sacs called alveoli. During stress, some of these air sacs collapse slightly, which can increase carbon dioxide in the blood and intensify feelings of anxiety. The physiological sigh helps reopen these air sacs. The first inhale begins expanding them, the second small inhale fully inflates them, and the slow exhale activates the vagus nerve, which shifts the body into the calming parasympathetic nervous system. To practice this, inhale deeply through your nose, take a small second inhale before exhaling slowly through your mouth, and repeat 2 or 3 times. This simple method takes less than 30 seconds but can quickly calm the body. Habit 2, cold water on your face. The second habit is very simple and takes less than 2 minutes in the morning. Splash cold water on your face. This works because of a biological reaction called the mammalian dive reflex. When cold water touches the area around the eyes and nose, the body interprets it as entering cold water. As a result, heart rate slows, breathing stabilizes, and the nervous system shifts toward relaxation. This reflex can significantly reduce stress levels and lower cortisol. Research on free divers shows that activating this reflex can reduce heart rate by up to 25%. To try this method, splash cold water on your face about 10 times right after waking up, focusing on the area under your eyes and across your nose. For a stronger effect, Hold a cold wet cloth over your face for about 30 seconds. This simple habit can help lower your stress baseline before the day begins. Habit 3. Stress shaking. The third habit may sound unusual, but it is deeply connected to natural biology. It is called stress shaking. If you observe animals in nature after they experience fear, you will often notice that they shake their bodies for a short time and then quickly return to normal behavior. This shaking allows their bodies to release leftover stress energy. Humans often interrupt this natural process. We experience stress hormones and muscle tension, but instead of releasing it physically, we remain still and suppress the response. Over time, the stress hormones remain stored in the body and build up. Trauma therapist David Bersley developed a method known as trauma release exercises, which uses controlled shaking movements to help release stored tension. To try a simple version, stand with your feet shoulder width apart and bend your knees slightly. Allow your legs to gently shake or bounce, and let the movement spread through your body, including your arms and shoulders. Continue this for about 2 to 3 minutes. You are not exercising or dancing. You are simply allowing your nervous system to complete the stress cycle and release tension. Modern life keeps many people trapped in a constant stress response that was originally designed only for short emergencies. Cortisol builds up because the stress cycle never fully finishes. But your body still knows how to return to balance. By practicing 3 simple habits: the physiological side to calm breathing, cold water on your face to activate the dive reflex, and stress shaking to release stored tension, you can help your body lower cortisol and regulate your nervous system naturally. These methods are simple, free, and based on the way your body already works. Imagine waking up tomorrow without that constant background tension. Imagine finishing a stressful day and actually leaving the stress behind instead of carrying it home. Imagine lying down at night and feeling your mind become quiet and relaxed. That is what a balanced and regulated nervous system feels like, and your body is capable of reaching that state. If you found this video helpful, please like the video and share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more science-based tips to improve your health and your life. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a calm mind, a healthy body, and a stress-free future. See you in the next video.